Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream. Before we get into the show, which will begin in a moment, I wanted to let you know that if you have any questions throughout the stream, remember you can always ask them on our website. We have a live chat support ready and able to help you. My team there is available if you have any questions about any of our products, services, or just have a question for fun. Check it out. Link will be down below in the description.
Coming to you live from our studio in Atlanta, Georgia, this is the A1 Trading Daily Show. Whether markets are rising or falling, we're here to keep you up to date with the latest market news. Join us as we trade currencies, commodities, and indices live, Monday through Friday.
Welcome back to another live stream. We are here in the action before NFP gets started. And coming in, we love that rock music, especially on an NFP day. It's perfectly fitting for the carnage, the action that we're about to jump into. We've got two major economies posting some big stuff. You've got the CAD, you've got the US dollar, of course, both likely to be volatile here as we get into the trading session here, the New York session just getting going. Well, a couple things I want to direct your attention to before, of course, we react to the news. Of course, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get some more traders in here for the big event. We're going to react to it. I want to say, for those of you who are just sort of newer to trading, or this may be your first NFP live stream with us, we do this every single month for the big events. We live stream big events. I want to encourage you to subscribe if you have not already. And I want to also caution you, many traders lose a lot of money on the day of NFP because what they do is they gamble the news event. We're not here to gamble. If you have been watching my channel, I've been around doing this for years and years. You don't do it this long by gambling. Right? Gamblers, when they go to Las Vegas, they go home, and then they go home usually with less money than they started, right? The casinos are there every day, day in, day out, wearing suits, putting in the work, right? You want to be the house. How do you be the house in trading? Well, you have discipline, you have strategies that make sense, you manage your risk, you're not here to make quick gains, all of those good common principles that we talk about. So let's talk about the setup here today. We are expecting 181,000 jobs. Now, for the NFP, for the fundamentalists in the audience, then you know that this is actually a declining number from where it was the last several NFPs. We are seeing jobs growth slow, and this is the forecast, 181,000. Now, some of you guys remember post-2020, there were calls, there were 400,000 jobs created. There were 300,000. There were big jobs coming in on the NFP exchange, employment change. This time around is probably the most muted that we've seen in a long time here. In fact, let's just double check that. So let's see. Yeah, so you can see jobs numbers post 2020 were crazy, right? Massive job increases. Then we sort of normalized, and now we are starting to even see slowing on the jobs front, which, by the way, is kind of what the Fed wants. Setting up for, why would they want that? Well, because they want to squash inflation. How do you squash inflation? Well, if everybody's getting a bunch of jobs and getting a bunch of raises, obviously you and I might like getting a raise, but too many raises means inflation runs rampant. So inflation being the number one cause for trouble for the Federal Reserve right now. So they've made that clear in their recent meetings. We're here to take on the markets and talk trading setups here. I will be sharing things that I'm looking at. I don't have any trades going into the event, but I have a big, interesting chart for you. I'm going to sound like a broken record to my regular friends and viewers in the audience. You know, yesterday I wouldn't shut up about gold. Today, my goal is to not shut up about gold. We are going to talk about an entry point that I'm still interested in. I've still got it on my chart, the 61.8. We did put in a high of 2066. Now, this is not an all-time high. We just barely missed all-time highs on gold. For the gold fans in the audience, this is literally a couple dollars an ounce off of the all-time highs quoted against the dollar. Notably, this is just a little bit of a fun fact for you guys. Gold did reach an all-time high for many other currencies. I'll show you what I mean. let's take a look at XAUGBP. XAUGBP on the weekly. Am I right about this, or am I going to sound stupid? No, I was right about this. So, yeah, gold is just shy of an all-time high on the pound, right? It actually did reach an all-time high back in March. I didn't even realize that. The point is, the pound has been weaker than the dollar. And so, you have to think about when you're talking about gold, gold gets quoted against all currencies, just like, any other currency, except gold is not a currency. It's true money, in my opinion. Another conspiracy topic for another day. But regardless, the gold has retreated off the highs, and in my opinion, I'm still very much long biased on gold. I'm interested in this 61.8% retracement. I think that there is a possibility that we have now sort of broken and maintained this $2,000 mark. Psychologically, I think that this is potentially a floor for the gold market. Now, of course, if something changes and I'm wrong, I hopefully am not too arrogant to admit when something changes. So if something does completely, if it does sort of completely erase one of my theses here, I'll point out that I was wrong. But my opinion here is that 2000 may be the new floor for gold for a while, especially in this recent banking crisis situation. It'll be very interesting to watch the price of gold. In my opinion, pullbacks are buys. Again, I keep saying it. It is my opinion. I am not here to tell you guys what to do with your money. Please, Chandler, you're killing me. It is the truest money on the flat earth. The earth is flat. Okay. The wrong channel, guys. Wrong channel. Totally kidding. I don't believe the earth is flat, but it is a hilarious joke that runs through our office. And, all the naysayers who think the earth is round, you guys, I'm looking at you. Kidding. Gold, like I said, pullbacks, I'm interested. S&P 500 took a nosedive yesterday, but found its leggings a little bit here. 40.60 did end up holding a little well here. You've also got the euro chopping around, still struggling. And we've got to talk about the dollar, guys. We've got 5 minutes, by the way. For those of you who are watching for the NFP event, please make sure to light up the chat. Sometimes I run on tangents. And Chandler's usually going to hit us with that breaking news right before it happens. So that's a nice reminder as well. But we'll be looking out for the NFP event here coming out in 4 minutes. We'll interpret the numbers together here, and we'll go from there. I'm sort of watching this dollar price action here recently. It's been pretty dang choppy. It's been a tough time to trade the dollar either long or short. I haven't really been trading the dollar very much. It's been tough, right? You've got resistance up here, 102.2, stubborn level of resistance. The dollar cannot seem to get a break above there. But then on the flip side, we've had this sort of support structure that has not broken either. NFP today may be the catalyst that we need to break out of some of this structure. And if you're a pure price action trader, you might not care which way it goes. Maybe you look to short the dollar if it starts to break out. Maybe you look to long the dollar if it starts to break out. If you're a purely technical trader, that might be where you're at. For me, I am bearish on the dollar fundamentally. Federal Reserve continues to try and defend a hawkish standpoint, but the bond market doesn't seem to be buying it. And what I mean by that is a little bit of advanced concepts for the average newer trader, and I apologize for that. But the bond market, basically fixed income bonds, people buy bonds to sort of lock in steady rates, especially people who are like 60 years old, right? Well, it's a big tell when it comes to the dollar market. If you're really going to trade the US dollar, I think you need to be paying attention to the Federal Reserve, the gold market, the indices, and also the bond market. They all kind of communicate with one another. Well, bond yields dropped big recently off of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell's speech. Why is that? Well, Jerome Powell made in his speech, it made it very clear that further, rate hikes were not off the table, but that things were still sort of slowing down. And the bond market took it as, hey, we're not going to see any more rate hikes. It's an interesting dynamic because you're seeing Jerome Powell say one thing and the market call for a different thing. Regardless, very interesting. You've got Bitcoin here trading up. We'll watch that one to see if there's any reaction here to the day. Silver and gold, I already mentioned gold. Silver trying to break through the highs here. And then if you're taking a look at
like I said, the yen pairs, I want to talk about those here for a second. And also just a time check. We've got about 2 minutes here before the jobs numbers are going to be coming out. We're going to be reacting to that here. Guys, while we do this 2 minutes, let me drop this real quick. We're doing a $500 Bitcoin giveaway right now. In the chat, if you direct your attention to the chat, whether you're on your phone or on your computer, we're going to drop a link to send a message to our team. And I don't think anybody is in office for this, but send it anyways. We'll just have a bunch of people message in. Send your message here. Please be patient with us. We have people walking in today for work. We're based in Atlanta, so we have people walking in to set up this live chat. But I believe if you send a message in clicking this, someone will be with you shortly. And yeah, we'll just message in there if you want access to the $500 Bitcoin giveaway that we are doing. We are giving away Bitcoin to one special person in the audience. So yeah, please be patient with us. We do this manually. So yes, guys, we've got about 45 seconds. Let me get set up here for the news event. We're going to react to the volatility here together, and we'll go through the jobs numbers and see what turns out to happen. So I'm going to put gold here, 15-minute charts. Let's do this. Let me stop talking for a second. Just do this. So S&P, 15-minute chart. S&P's up top. We'll do gold bottom left. Let's do dollar top right. Euro. So we'll do, yeah, we'll do that. All right, guys, here comes the news. Let's see what we get in terms of NFP this time around. And the reaction to jobs numbers in. Look at this. Gold coming down. Hello, gold. Euro also coming down. Dollar index flies higher. Look at this. Dollar jumping to 101.6. S&P drops, then shoots back up, then drops again. And gold coming down 2020 here. I got to direct my attention to gold because I am looking to potentially buy gold here. S&P coming down at very interesting. Look at that drop on gold, guys. What a sell-off there. Gold getting awfully close to my entry interest area. I am looking to get long gold. If we do come down a little bit harder here, I may be having to jump into some gold trades here today. $253K. Thank you, Trevin, for that. 253K hits the floor here. Let's go through these numbers here, guys, and let's talk a little bit about the reaction. Let's do some interpretation of this. Wow. Okay, so we have unemployment rate came down to 3.4%. Non-farm employment change, more jobs expected, more jobs created than expected. Average hourly earnings ticked up higher. What a day. Wow. So this is literally showing yet again resiliency, strength in the jobs market here in the United States. Now, what does this mean for indices traders, currency traders, gold traders? Let's go through this real quick here on the chart. Let's break this down. First, we'll start with gold. Why is this bearish for gold? Well, let's think about it. So we have more jobs created. That may mean the Federal Reserve will be looking, if the jobs market is still strong, yet inflation, look, at the end of the day, the Fed has two sort of mandates that it really focuses on, with one that's its primary focus, that being inflation. Inflation is still red hot at 5%. Jobs, though, are steady. So what the Federal do, when we see strong jobs numbers today, what that's telling the Fed is, hey, we still have this problem, but this is okay. We could probably still get away with raising rates to cool this number. So the market is factoring that in here today, though I still think that there's a possibility that we may not see too many more rate hikes. I think it's possible that the Fed sort of goes towards the path of pausing. So how do you trade that? Well, again, my opinion would be, despite job strength, I'm still interested in that gold long. I think it's very reasonable to wait for the pullback. I'm glad that I did. I was feeling a little bit antsy here as price jumped without me.
Let's take a look at the dollar. What does that mean for the dollar? Well, the dollar pops up on this because, again, stronger jobs numbers may mean, hey, the Federal Reserve may feel more inclined to tighten further, raise rates more in order to squash the inflation problem. Now, if you guys remember, inflation ran crazy in 2022, which is what caused such a massive run up on the dollar, right? We've seen that since sort of a race, but fears about that kind of resurfacing can cause the dollar to spike. So where are we at with the dollar? Not trading it personally. Just too choppy of a chart. I don't love it personally. Euro yen flying on the news too. Angeline, thank you for the update there. Yes, yen cross is looking really interesting. So, wow, look at this. Euro JPY, I've got 148 printing. Dollar yen also looking kind of interesting. Dollar yen popping a little bit off of that. Pound USD. Yeah, that is, look at that. Pound USD here popping recently, now giving back some of those gains. And look at this, the pound USD dropped on the news, but recovered those losses pretty quick, it seems like. What about the euro? Euro, same thing, an initial drop. See what's going to happen with this gold price. I mentioned, guys, that my interest to buy gold, more on the swing trading side of things, is around 2012. So we'll be watching out for that to see if we can find it. This is a great recap. I want a recap of this. Bradley, that message confused me more than I want to admit. This is a great recap. I want a recap of this. So do you want a recap of the recap? Bradley, and for anybody else, if you guys missed part of the stream, you can always find reruns, replays of the stream. Just head over to my channel. After I finish live streaming, you can always go back and watch. So no worries there. Get this man a recap. Yes, indeed. Guys, so gold continues to sort of be dropping here this morning. Let's take a look at the NAS, see what happened there. Did we get any reaction? Let's see, a little bit, but not too much there. And, you know, this is kind of the weird one with when you talk indices, because you're talking about jobs growth being negative in the sense that, well, if there's jobs growth, the Fed may raise rates, sure. But at the same time, jobs growth may also be in some ways good for businesses, right? Because more people have jobs, more people go out and spend, use services, buy products, etc. So that's why we kind of see a little bit of a mixed number here, it seems like. Can we get an S&P recap? Of course, you guys know the S&P is my favorite thing to trade. Let's take a look at the S&P. Now, it is my favorite thing to trade. However, I still need it to be trending for me to be trading it. And right now, we've sort of entered into just a range-bound market. And I'm not overly bullish, you know, especially after that commentary from Jerome Powell. I'm not jumping, you know, immediately into longs on the S&P. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with that. Now, I told you guys, and I keep saying it, my interest right now is gold. I think gold has a potential to make a serious run and break through the all-time highs. And we'll see if I'm right about that. But yeah. Chandler, if you don't mind letting me know, preferably in the stream chat, when somebody is in office, that way I know I can give some people some more information about the giveaway. I think I can hear people out in the office, but it's hard to tell. I get my headset on too. Yeah, S&P. I'd like to see it. So what would I like to see with the S&P? Well, I'd like to see inflation continue to come down. That would be a positive. I'd like to see, honestly, a little bit of a shift on the smart money tracker. You know, when you're looking at, we just got Frank and Julie. Okay, cool. We need, we'll wait for one of the reps. When we're talking about the S&P, what I still am sort of red flagged about is this S&P 500 is still very much short by institutional traders. 73% of institutional positioning is on the short side. Now, NASDAQ is much more even, like 52% long, 48% short. That's nice because it's a little bit mixed, not so polarized. Now, but what I love about gold is look at this, guys. Gold, and we can isolate this. Gold is super long. 253,000 long contracts, about 68,000 short contracts. Obviously, the bias here from institutional money is very much long. Now, the most recent long change has been slight declines, but same with the short side. So the preference here seems to be for big money, very much long, right? We could take a look at any chart you guys want. Feel free to pause the live stream if you'd like. Here is your COT data for everything. We pull all of the data in. We make it simple to view for traders. The COT reports themselves are atrocious. They are terrible to look at. They're so hard to read. So we built stuff to pull data in from the COT reports and make it easily accessible to traders. So I've always loved using the COT reports to help me find better trades. But more recently, well, I guess in the last year since we've built this product makes it so I can actually view it on a day-to-day basis without having to like dig through files and reading a ginormous text blob. This is so much better. So anyways, feel free to pause the video if you want to look at other things. Things that come to mind here in terms of currency traders out there. The euro is still very long biased from institutional traders. The US is very, not very, but long biased. Preference there for the dollar over the, on the long side. The UK, the pound is very split now. At one point, guys, this was really short bias. I don't know if you guys remember this, but at one point, institutional money was super short the pound. Now it's come back into play. It's like 50-50. Institutional money is basically just 50-50 here. NASDAQ, I mentioned, pretty split. 50-50. Where things get more interesting is when you look at something like the Japanese yen. The Japanese yen has a massive short ratio. What I mean by that is look at the short contracts open on the yen versus the long contracts. The yen long contracts are at 13,680. Short contracts, 82,424. This is, of course, the futures market trading the Japanese yen, and we are tracking what big players are buying and selling. Crazy to watch that. Gold's dropping. Yeah, let's go look. Let's see what's going on with gold. Am I going to be able to get my buy on gold at some point here? Oh boy, I think we might be close. We might be close here, guys. Am I gonna buy it outright? So I don't know. I don't want to buy it on the news candle. I'd like to see how it plays out. I also can't buy it at this time. So I trade gold. I use an ETF. So we'll say ETF, for those of you who are not familiar, if you're newer to trading, I trade gold using GLD on the US stock exchange. I can't trade gold on Forex brokers because we in the US, we can't use CFDs on regulated legal brokers, right? So if I want to trade gold, I have to trade on the ETF. So I can't trade this until when the stock market opens in like 20 minutes. They have pre-market opening. I mean, I guess I could. The liquidity is just a little poor before. So I'm interested in gold, but I want to give it some time, watch how it plays out anyways. I don't really mind rushing, or I don't want to rush into a trade, but I'm watching. Beginning of a downtrend. See, I disagree with that. Here's your daily chart. It depends how you're defining a downtrend. If you're looking at the daily chart, though, I would say you've got a very strong upward trend on the gold market. I would say it looks really, really healthy. And, here's the thing, guys. I was, my cousin has a Twitter account, and he put out something that I thought was really interesting here. So let me see if I can, this was just fun. So let me see if I can find it, and I'll pull it up on the screen.
Give me 1 second, guys. So gold has been trading. The basic point is gold has been trading like sideways for a very, very long time. Now I know Forex traders are like, it's super volatile. Well, look at it. It hasn't gone anywhere in many years, not just from 2020, but from its highs in 2011. So on a greater scheme, over time, they print more and more dollars, but they don't print more and more gold. They can't do that, right? It's a universally accessible, mineable thing out of the earth. So my point with that is that, when it trades sideways for many, many years, it oftentimes is followed by great bull runs. So am I advocating for buying gold right now? Well, on a day trading, swing trading perspective, possibly I'm interested. Actually, there it hits. It is officially at my level here. This candle, however, is nasty. So I'm going to watch this one carefully here. We're going to keep tabs on this. In about 45 minutes, guys, I will reevaluate this and make a decision as to whether or not I buy this. Nick, are you from the US? Yes, I am. How could you tell? Yeah, so this is awesome to see, to be honest with you guys, and I'm being patient here because, again, when you get these news candles, we have to be fair here. A news candle like this could be far from over. I like to wait for candles to sort of form, to be very cautious, because look at this. If this thing doesn't stop, am I interested down here? Well, yes. Actually, that would be an even more interesting spot to me. Do I think it's going to come down here? Not really. But off like a daily chart, I still like this thing long. So I'm watching to see how this candle closes because, again, guys, when you get a news candle like this, NFP, jobs numbers coming out really, really strong, you've got to be careful on that initial opening candle because it can just go and go and go. So like I said, I am interested in buying this, but I'm going to wait a little bit here and let the candle sort of calm down and form potentially a bottom, or if it wants to keep going. Big surge in buying of gold. Here's your 1 minute chart, just for fun. Do we have anyone in office, Chandler? Rep side? Let's see what else is moving here this morning, guys. We've got indices. Okay. Here's the S&P. Continues to find what seems to be a support around 4070. Interesting to see that the market likes this so much. The stock market is very ambitious here. A dollar is very strong here. Take a look at this 4-hour chart here. Big jump on that. And this is also why I'm being a little bit cautious. If this dollar wants to keep pushing, it could very well head right up to 102.2, which would, of course, drive the price of gold down. Here's the euro. Euro dropping off a cliff here. Look at this. This is your 4-hour chart. Tagged resistance and just has not caught a break here on the sell side. Look at that. I mean, that's a crazy sell-off here. Raced several days of gains in just a very quick move here this morning. Okay.
Nick scammed us with the gold trade. How did I scam you? I'm not here to do it. Your account is your account. I'm not a hedge fund manager. Yeah, look at this. So gold now seeing a little bit of a reaction here off that 61.8% retracement. Very interesting stuff. There is a rep in the house. All right. I think it's Hallie. I think I heard her. We're going to drop a link here, guys, in the chat. So this month we're doing a $500 Bitcoin giveaway. Check it out. So $500. If you guys want to join the Bitcoin giveaway, we just dropped a link in the chat here. If you click this link, just message us and enter the giveaway. All you have to do is send us a direct message on that link, and you can have a chance to win the $500 Bitcoin giveaway. And it's a big thank you to everyone who joined us on the stream here today. We're going to keep going and take a look at charts. I still want this gold trade, so I'm watching for it to see if I can get it myself. But in the meantime, why not just join the Bitcoin giveaway while you're here? Rick says, give me the $500, please. We have, you guys would not imagine how many people we get emailing us and messaging us and saying, hey, can I be the one to win? And it's literally a random generator. So there's no, and you can't re-enter more than once. But if you do want to get your name in the, why not throw your name in the hat? Click that link, drop the link while you're there, or drop your name while you're there and get in on that. So yeah, that's a lot of you guys are showing up on the website here. Thank you for joining the giveaway. And good luck. Hope you win. Hope one of you wins. I mean, one of you definitely will win. Let's look at this. Yeah, so gold again continues to stay. It hasn't jumped off of this immediately, which I'm glad about. I want it to stay where it's currently at. And we have so many people of you guys joining the giveaway. That's awesome. Best of luck to everybody joining the giveaway for the $500. Yeah, just say giveaway and we'll know what to do. And then I just asked Julie and Frank to help with the giveaway as well. Could you just ask them to check Discord? We just have too many people coming on. I want to make sure everybody gets helped because we're going to just, people are going to be confused. Yeah. So I'm interested in this gold move. I keep saying it. I am actually going to enter this trade. Like I said, I'm a little limited on that, but give me a second. I might try something. We're watching the price of gold here on the screen. For those of you who are just tuning in to the event. Let's see.
Hey guys, I just want to tune in for a second. I typed in the chat to type giveaway. Don't type giveaway in here. Do it in the link. Here, look, I'm sending it again. I'm sorry for the confusion. Type giveaway in that link. Don't type it in the chat. It's not going to work in here. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, thanks, Chandler, for that. Yeah, if you guys want to join the giveaway, you have to click this link and send us a direct message. Don't do it on YouTube because the reason we're doing that is when you send us a direct message, we're saving your email into a system for the random selection later. Okay? So the giveaway, if you type giveaway in YouTube, it won't do anything. You have to send us a message on that link. That dollar still popping up. Okay, I am thinking I'm going to go long here, gold. Where do I want to put a stop loss? What I like about gold here is I think your risk reward is decent. It's not to say that it can't go lower, because it could. But I think the risk reward here is pretty decent. We've now seen price sort of normalize a little bit, which is nice. Okay. So we're going to do that. Yeah, so I'm trying to punch in order details, guys. That's why it's very hard for me to do the live trading part on the screen. Now, the other problem is, like I said, I can send an order to go long on gold, but because I'm a US citizen and trading this via the stock exchange, my order, when I click buy here, we are going to go long, but it's on the open at 9:30. So I kind of just wait until the open anyways, because I can't really do much. It's basically a order to go long, but the market's not yet open. So I'm kind of waiting anyways. We'll come back to gold. I'll keep an eye on it. If I miss this initial move, I don't really care too much. I'm watching to see if this level holds and how this candle closes, then I'll go long. SPX 500. By the way, all of my trade updates will be shared inside of our Discord channel. If you're not already in the Discord channel, there's a link down below in the description if you want some information about that. If you'd like to join the Discord, there is a link in the description of this live stream on how you can join it. We do have a free Discord and a paid Discord. Inside of the paid Discord, you can see every trade that I take. So earlier this week, I took an S&P trade long, made some good money on that one before it turned around. And I will be looking to add a gold trade here today, especially if gold continues to be trading near current levels. So yes, all of my trade details go right into the next trade section. We also have Frank and Ivan, who are two of our traders here at A1 Trading. You guys can get access to that by using the link down below in the description. And there you go. I do want to set up my trade, but I can't do it until the market opens. But it's probably a good time anyways to run a quick commercial break here from our sponsors right after this. Check it out.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're looking to get funded, we've got the solution for you. Our partnered prop firm Superfunded helps traders get access to up to $200,000 in trading capital. The reason we chose Superfunded is because they offer traders reasonable challenge rules, a 90% profit share, up to a 1-to-30 leverage, and so much more. For a limited time only, get 10% off any of their account challenges with promo code A1 Trading. They offer various account challenges for various account sizes, so you can choose the perfect fit for you. Again, that's 10% off any account challenge with promo code A1 Trading. If you're interested in this offer, go ahead and click the link down in the description below. Now, back to the A1 Trading Show.
And there you go, a little bit of an update there. If you guys are not, if you're not familiar, Superfunded is an awesome prop firm that just joined the space, and they partnered up with us. They support our live streams here. So check them out. They're also linked down below in the description. Yeah, so I'm watching US oil here. It was able to find support here, which is really fascinating. It dropped immediately. One thing I noticed about this is it filled this gap and then kept going. We're hitting $68 and now finding some strength there. You know, the oil market is especially interesting because it in some ways, it does very well when economies are doing very well, but it does poorly when economies do poorly. If it makes sense, if you think about it, if you are trading oil on the short side, it would make sense if you think the economy is going to continue to worsen, because again, demand for oil increases when lots of shipping is going on, lots of driving is going on, lots of, you know, trucks and cars and trains and everything is moving, right, in a very worldwide active economy. So we've seen the opposite. We've seen a lot of recession fears sort of putting pressure on the downside for oil.
Robbie says, bro, what's your trading style? Why do you want to trade gold when gold is crashing? That's a contrarian option, and you should ideally wait for resistance to break. Sorry, just learning, bro. Robbie, no problem. So everyone has their style. I'm not a day trader. So many traders who watch my stuff, they're more on the day trading side. They trade like the 15-minute chart. And I recognize that and I respect it. But for me, I'm a swing trader. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for trades that are more in line with a little bit longer term. I'm also a fundamentalist or a fundamental analysis based trader. So when I take trading ideas, it's not just because a chart is making a pretty pattern. What I look for is I look for real world stuff. For example, what's driving the price of gold up? Well, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I'm not just looking at a price pattern to make entries. Here's my technical analysis bashing here for a second. Now, I use technical analysis, so it's a little bit of a 1 foot in each camp. The weakness I would say of technical analysis is it's very overrated, in my opinion. The reason I say that is because technical analysis is useful for finding entry and exit points and that sort of thing. But the problem with it is that if you're only looking at technicals, you miss many of the true stories and reasonings as to why the market is moving the way it's moving. So recently, gold has been flying high off of the regional banks collapsing in the United States. Has anybody heard about this? I'm sure many of you guys have, especially, regular traders, investors, people alike who are paying attention to markets know that regional collapses are scary for the market. And it's crashed terribly off of many, many banks going bankrupt. And so that fear is surfacing. Well, with that fear, the gold market rallied real strong. Now, this is not the first time. This is like the second or third time we've seen a pretty big bank. We saw Pac West. We've seen First Republic Bank. We've seen several pretty notable banks going under and even selling to their major bank counterparts like JP Morgan accumulating First Republic. So the point is there's some fear in the markets, and fear in the markets is an upward driver on the price of gold. That's what we would call a fundamental catalyst. So I'm not interested in shorting gold at all. Is there money to be made on the short side? Maybe there's a short-term trader out there who makes good money shorting gold. Maybe somebody took it short and made some money, and that's awesome for them. I'm not saying that you can't, you have to trade it long and you have to do exactly what I'm saying. I definitely do not think that there's one way to trade successfully. There's many ways to trade successfully, but for me, what I like to do is incorporate some level of fundamentals on my trading. So yeah. We also pay attention heavily to what big money is doing. So as we mentioned earlier, big money is very long on gold right now, right? Very long on gold. So if we know big money is very long on gold and they are the professionals in this industry, I typically am more oriented towards being long myself. On the flip side, you have the Japanese yen very heavily short. First Republic stock is less than a penny now. If JP Morgan bought it, do you think it may be a good opportunity to buy it? I don't think so because, and this is just my opinion, I don't think so, but I think in that situation, it's different than public stock offering, Miguel, because if somebody is buying, what they're doing is they're buying the good assets out of it. They're buying good opportunities out of that company, which is different than buying the stock price on the public markets. That would be my opinion. Thoughts on euro dollar? It's really range bound. A lot of the dollar crosses I just have not a lot of interest in right now. They're just so choppy. The euro, if you're a bull or a bear, I'd be looking for a breakout above and below these consolidation points. That's the only place I'd really be interested. So my only trade that I'm actually interested on right now is that gold long trade, which I will be probably taking in the next 30 minutes or so once the US market opens up and I'm able to trade it via ETF, GLD on Webull. So that is what I'm looking at. No problem, Miguel. If you do not understand what the algorithm is doing, you will lose a lot of trades. So the algorithm, so I've spoken with a lot of hedge fund managers,
quant fund managers. There are many algorithms, and they're not battling retail traders. They're battling one another. The real money in this industry is not big traders beating up on the average guy. The big money is fighting other big money, right? Because retail trading activity makes up very small components of the actual volume in the market. The primary volume in the markets are banks, commercial institutions, hedge funds, major players like that. And they're battling one another to try and make money, more so than they're trying to battle you and I. The algorithm wouldn't really, be sort of one algorithm. There's many, many algorithms and many systems, AI systems, trading the markets, scalping the markets. And they're not trading against you and I. They're trading against one another. It's like AI versus AI out here in the markets. It's crazy. What's on the watch list today? Still looking at gold. Like I said, I'm going to be long gold here in just a little bit. And, coming back down, I'm actually liking this drop a lot. I'm really interested after this big pullback. I'm really interested in catching it off of the retest here around this 61.8% retracement. I'm feeling really good about this because, again, I missed out my trade entry here. I didn't catch that run up. And price has dropped now all the way back to a point where I think I might actually be able to get my entry, which is really cool. I haven't taken the trade yet. I'm still waiting for the US stock exchange to open up so I can take that trade. So how do institutions trade against each other and how can I learn how to trade? Well, there's so many trading systems and strategies out there. There's not one way to trade properly. That, I think, is an illusion. That, if there was one way to trade properly, everybody would just be doing that. There's many ways to trade properly. The best way to trade properly is to learn how to backtest, test your systems. And I have videos on that. If you search up on YouTube, just Trader Nick backtesting, it might be very helpful to you. So that is what I would say. Guys, I will be sharing my trade update in Discord. We're going to bring on Kenzo here in just a second. Before we do, last call on the Bitcoin giveaway. We are giving away $500 in Bitcoin right now. If you guys want $500 in Bitcoin and you want to throw your name in the hat, click this link that just got dropped in the chat here. Click that. It's going to take you to a live chat feature where you can contact one of our team members to join the giveaway. Just enter that into your email, and your name and your email will be added to the giveaway hat. So let's now bring in Mr. Kenzo, Extra Hot Forex. We'll say hello to him. Kenzo, what's going on, man?
Great, thanks, and you, man. I hope you're doing great.
I'm good. Things are good here. The markets just went crazy with this NFP. Were you watching the spike?
Yeah, I was watching actually gold also. I was not actually interested today actually on Nasdaq or US status because the market is the economy is getting weaker. So that's why we see gold maybe trying to go lower. So, which is good thing actually for the market. But I still think as we still have some banking crisis in the US, I still believe that gold can still push back maybe next week or even today. I believe we can still go bullish on that. I heard you were also talking about that because that is only a push because of NFP, but still we still have crisis and people, they want to hedge their finances. And the best safe haven for now is actually gold. So yeah, so Nasdaq and US status, they still suffering. I don't think maybe they will push any stronger. Maybe next week after CPI, maybe if inflation is still gonna go lower, maybe we might see some nice push. But for now, I don't really see any push that's going to surprise us.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to watch the gold price here. A big sell off here following the NFP news, and we'll have to watch how price goes forward. I'm interested long. I'll probably be looking to get long in the next 20-30 minutes here. We'll see how that plays out with the US stock market opening up in about 20 minutes. Kenzo, I'm going to leave you to do your show here, share your thoughts. I'd love to hear more on your opinion with gold here once we get your screen shared and everything. Before I step out to give you the floor, let me make sure to give your channel a shout out. You've got a great YouTube channel that people can follow here. We're going to drop that link in the chat here. If you guys would like to check out Kenzo's YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and stick around here with him for a little bit. He's going to be doing some analysis on the channel. So thank you, Kenzo, and we'll see you back next week.
Thank you very much. Let me just jump straight to the analysis. The market is already moving. So, good day. I hope everyone is doing great. It's Friday. So, and it's that Friday of NFP. So, what's really happening actually in the market? Things actually were actually in favor of USD. So as I'm starting with actually USDJPY, I like what I see because we just smashed this one actually in the group. I sent this signal actually earlier, but why did we buy actually? You can easily see that we had a very nice support area where actually the market actually comes here and bounces back, comes here several times and bounces back. And to us, it was obvious, even though we did not actually know what might happen actually during the news. But this actually shows that sometimes, like actually most of the times, technical analysis actually works very nice because since the market reached this area, it was struggling to break that, and that showed us maybe the market will be pushing up later on. But this works like 90% of the time. The market always respects this area, you see. But where we are now, I don't think maybe you can jump on the market. It's already late. What we can do is if maybe the market pushes back, let's say back to the support area, it's where we can say maybe we will see the market pushing up again. But for now, I think you can't just say I need to sell or you need to buy, you see. So while we're still pushing, you can just tell me which pairs do you want me to check? Which pairs do you want me to check? I will be checking the ones that I will be doing here. You will be telling me which pairs I'm supposed to check. So let's push to the other ones. I'll push to the next one, which is going to be maybe Euro USD. Okay, it's US oil. On US oil, actually, we saw the market also pushing down. So let's just go on a daily time frame just to see what's really happening. We can easily see that yes, the market actually is on a very nice downtrend. So the market actually pushed to a point where we can call a support area on the bottom side. You can see that we reached this area. But when we look back, we can easily see that the market is been pushing very low. Actually, it was actually downtrending, and the market has been respecting this area for quite some time. Inside here, we also have a sort of a resistance where the market was actually consolidating or ranging, but at the same time, we knew that the market was still going down. So that's why we saw this aggressive push. Now the market touched the lowest area. It might touch this resistance and push lower, or maybe the market might push up to this stronger resistance here before maybe we see another push lower, or maybe we might see a breakout. That is also possible, you see. So that is also possible. So another one, we can just go straight maybe to gold and see what's really happening. Let's go straight to gold. I'm trying to check your comments, guys, so that I can see which pairs do you want. Oh, okay. I see Euro USD, XAUUSD. Hey, I never. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, Euro JPY and XAUUSD. Which one is that? So okay, that's what's really happening now. We are actually on gold. What's really happening on gold? Before I even go there, you can easily see that the market actually is actually on a bullish momentum. Remember, this is a daily time frame. you can see that the market is actually pushing to the upside. So where we are now, the market actually pushed like seriously higher. That's why we see a reversal. I still expect maybe the market can still push higher. So let's go on a bit smaller time frame, which is going to be a 4-hour time frame. Okay, I see some pairs that you want me to check. I will actually check that. So let's see. Let's see. This actually sold. Now we are actually on gold. You can see that we have several areas that we actually pointed out where the market actually broke. You can see that the market actually had some broke out of this resistance here. The market was moving very nice around this area. But where we are now, the market broke out, started to push the upside. When we look at our left-hand side, let's check if maybe we have something. Yes, we have something, but the market actually went further. You can see actually the market moved even higher. This actually is just to show us that it can actually go higher than that because it did not actually respect our previous resistance. So now we are on a certain level. So now we're going to use this area as our support, potential support that push the market. So if the market respects this area, we will expect the market to actually push the upside. If not, maybe the market will keep pushing lower. We also have another area down there, but I don't really think the market can reach there. So I think the market might start by consolidating around this area, maybe before we see a very nice push to the upside, or maybe the market will just try to push lower. You see, there is that possibility that the market can push lower, but where we are now, I think it's everyone will think about buying because that is actually very like on discount. Actually, gold is on discount. So let's check the other one. Check GBP JPY. Okay, let me try to check that. GBP JPY. GBP JPY, AUD CAD, AUD JPY, Euro USD. Okay, I will check that also. So now we are actually on GBP JPY. If you still remember, if actually last week the market was crazily pushing to the upside. Actually, JPY actually, Japan was a bit weak, and that pushed the market to go crazy. But at the same time, we knew that GBP actually was actually on an upside. The market was actually pushing to the upside. But now the market is actually back. If you missed it here, obviously, I don't think maybe you can just jump on that because the market is going back at a bullish momentum. Unless if maybe you just hit and run. Hit and run is like you get out of it. I still believe that the market can still do what? The market can still push higher like that. But the advantage that we have on this one, or something that can give us confidence, is the market is still actually on a bullish momentum. Let me remove these ones. The market is actually still pushing to the upside, and we have a proper support there, then the market can just play around and pushing up. So where we are now, I don't think maybe we can buy. The market already moved away from our support, so our job now is to wait for the market to give us some rejections before we push against the upside, as the market is actually pushing to the upside, or we are actually on an uptrend. So let's check Euro USD and see what's really happening. Yes, this one actually, I also did some analysis before. You can see that I had something like this to say that, you know what, the market is giving us some very nice uptrend, and where we are, and the market is now running away from that. This is actually our support area, and it seems like the market is respecting this area. Now I think the market might push to the upside because, yes, you can easily see that the market is uptrending. And on top there, the market actually did touch our resistance area. And since we have the news, we saw a very nice sell. Where we are now, we can easily see that the market touched the support. Now it's bouncing back. Now it's bouncing, and it can still push until the market open. I think that this thing can still actually push very high, maybe to reach even the resistance. With this one, I think even if we are a bit far, but I think you can still have a chance to take this as a buy. But the stop loss is gonna be a bit far. So yeah, but you have to think about it if maybe you need to take a buy. But I'm not encouraging anyone to take that because your stop loss is going to be a bit far. But the benefit can be very nice because it's straightforward bullish momentum actually, you see. So let's see, which pair should I check? USD which I think I did check USD guys. I did check JP. Let me just go there very quick. I did check that. You can see that we had a long. I think the market can still continue with actually to cover this piece here. You see this gap here, the gap there. I think the market can still push to the upside, especially when the dollar is very strong like that. Because of NFP, I still believe that we might have a very nice push to the upside. You see, so let me check other ones: AUD, JPY, AUD, USD, AUD, USD, AUD, USD. So let's see what's really happening on AUD, USD. I like the structure because actually the market just broke out of our resistance and it's back actually on our support to retest. Unfortunately, if you late, the market is already running away from that retest. So you can see that the market actually was giving us some very nice actually a downtrend, and the market was respecting our downtrend. So after that, the market actually broke out. You can see that the market broke out, and what do we see is we can easily see that the market is doing what? It's now pushing to the upside. So actually here it's a resistance, but now actually that is going to be the support. And on this type of a structure, it's fair to say even on top there we can also draw our resistance because it's where the market respected, and the market actually gave us something there. So now we can have something like this and say, okay, if we bought, or if maybe let's say you bought here, you were going to respect this area because it's where actually the market respected. So yes, there is a chance for the market to break that, as the market is now changing the trend. Once the market breaks this downtrend, it means that the market is trying to change the trend. The trend might start to do what? To push the upside. So the market might start to move like that. But this is a resistance that we're supposed to respect. Yes, the market can break that and start to push up. But if you bought around this area, you should be extra careful because the market might consolidate before pushing to the upside again, you see. So US30. Okay, let me check US30 and then I will go on Euro, JPY. US30 seems to like what's happening with NFP. So what's really happening on this US30? So I'll just go on a daily time frame just for you to understand what's really happening. On a daily time frame, we can easily see that we are actually on a resistance. Even if I push this resistance back here, you can see that it still makes sense and for quite some time. So you can easily see that we are actually on a very nice, even though the market is trying to do what? The market is trying to push the upside. On top here, you can see that we have some resistance. You see, a very strong resistance where every time the market touches, pushes lower. And I believe that the market can still push lower because now, I don't know if this is coincident or whatever, but you can easily see what's really happening with the banks. And the issue is that's not going to recover like now. So even though the market is trying to push the upside, maybe it's because of April earnings, they were positive. Maybe that is because of that. But I still believe that we are very closer to our resistance. And we know US30 actually is still going to suffer because of those US bank crisis. You see, so that is not just going to fade. The market might push up around this area. There is a chance, again, you can see it's an area where the market can still push lower. Remember, now this move is because of maybe April earnings or maybe NFP. But once we stop, everyone is going to think about banking issues or whatever that is happening with the banks, and then we might start to see another sell. But beside those fundamentals, yes, the market actually touched the highest area where we call it a resistance, and it's very strong. And after that, we saw the market started to sell. Yes, the news were there, but at the end of the day, the market was very close to the resistance, and there is a room actually for USD to keep going down. You see, I think the market might keep pushing lower. So when you buy as the market is trying to push the upside, at the same time, you should think that there is a chance, enough chance that the market can still sell. You see, so Euro JPY. Let's go on Euro JPY and see what's really happening. And also let's see Euro JPY. This thing actually is still pushing to the upside. So what's really happening? So to sometimes forget the trend, you should use a bigger time frame. You can go on a daily time frame. But what I see here, I will just try to connect the lowest areas that I see now. I don't have to go like far. But what I see is I see this area. I see this one here, this point, and this point. So the best thing that I can do is I can start from where we are now, try to go back just to connect so that we can get a proper support before we say something different. So let's see if maybe we can get something. I think this is fine with me. I will draw double lines there just to make sure that this area is quite visible. Let's see. I see someone is saying is enjoying the stream. So that's great. What I see here is we see that the market is doing what? It's respecting these areas. And I think that is just obvious if maybe you know how to analyze. Obviously, the market respect this area, and which means there is something there. This wall actually is pushing the market to push to the upside. So even though the market is going up, we might expect the market to come back here before pushing to the upside. So let's see what's really happening. I think we missed a very nice move here, but I think we are still early. If you trade actually Euro JPY, if we draw a very nice resistance around that area, I don't know if maybe you can see this. Let me just let's just make two lines. Obviously, I think the market is making some very nice structure there, and if this is broken, the market is breaking out of that, then we can just say if it's a proper breakout, we might have to take a buy after that. So we might even use maybe a bit smaller time frame just to see what's really happening. Yeah, you can see this resistance was making sense. Actually, it makes sense. And now actually I can say the market just broke out. So the market is just breaking out. So from this area, we might have, or we can have something like this, just to be safe, actually. Just to be safe. And I think maybe it was going to be reasonable for someone not to enter where we are. The reason behind that is the market has been respecting this resistance. So you can't just say, I'm buying here while we still have a resistance here, because the market might touch this and push lower. But since the market is getting out of this resistance, we now have that confidence to say, once it pushes up higher, we might have a buy pending order ready that is going to show us that, you know what, I'm pushing to the upside. You can see if it gets out here, obviously the market might be trying to show us that now it's bullish. Plus, and we have a backup actually to say there is a chance for the market to push up, as we have a very nice uptrend. On the bottom, you can see the market is pushing the market to the upside. You can see the trend is valid. So which means, yes, we might have a very nice buy. But don't just jump where the market is. wait for a little bit, few pips later, then you can jump on that buy. So let me check. Let me check which pair do you want me to check again. Nasdaq 100, Euro NZD. Okay, let me check Euro NZD, and I will finish up with a Nasdaq. Euro NZD. Sorry, let me check Euro NZD. Where is Euro NZD? Euro. I don't think I have that. Let me go on Euro. Okay, Euro NZD. This is actually a minor pairs. So let's see. So let's go on a 4 hours time frame and see if maybe we can get something. Whoa. Yeah, the market is creating some crazy moves, guys. The market are creating some very crazy moves. So what we can do is, let me clear this. I think I did some analysis like far back, long time ago. Actually, what we can do is we can try to connect this lowest areas. You see, if we connect this lowest area, I think we might have a very nice structure that we can try to work with. Let's see. Let's see. I think this makes sense. We can even push lower if we want, but we are not forced to do that. So let's draw another one, another double line. This is going to be my support area on Euro NZD. Let's see. Sorry. I'm going to use, actually, this double lines helps me to know this is actually a zone, so I don't actually fall for fake breakouts. So now what we have is the market pushed higher. On top here, I see an area that I can call actually a resistance. This resistance might also work as a support. So let's try to connect that, because we might be on a very nice, we don't really want to miss this opportunity. I think that area might mean something there. So I think we are actually going to have something around this area. So the reason behind that, why I drawn this, you can easily see that we had some structures where they were respecting this area several times, and we also had some consolidation around this area. After the market pushed, came back around this area, even if he did not actually touch that, pushed up, now the market is back. So it means there is enough chance actually for the market to do what? To respect this area and pull upside. Plus, it has been actually selling for now, and we are actually on an uptrend. So we might have something like this. Please use like 4 hour, like 15 minutes time frame, or let's say a smaller time frame for your entries, because I think it actually pushed the upside. So if you have a buy pending order, maybe on a smaller time frame, this might work out in our favor. The market might actually give us some very nice bullish moves. So let's go on Nasdaq. I think this will be our final analysis. Let's see. Then we will meet actually next week. Let's see. Oh, US30 is now pushing higher. US30 is now flying, which is great. So what's really happening on Nasdaq? So we have a very nice structure also. You can easily see that the market is doing what? The market is actually on an uptrend. The market is pushing up and down, but these candlesticks, they are like seriously crazy, because we had the news along the way. So the market might start to move like that slowly. Where we are now, but before we go there, we can easily see that we have a slope there. You can see the market is actually pushing to the upside, even if the market is sometimes selling. But if we go closer, you will see that the market is creating something. So this something, it seems to be trying to be like it's a wedge. Actually, you can see the market created a very nice push the lower side. On the bottom side, this was actually our support. So I think the market is now breaking that. We might see a very nice push, and that is actually happening. I think the market is now pushing to the upside, but we can just wait for a 1 hour candlestick. Then if it closes above this area, it seems like it's gonna close above that area, then we can say we can now maybe think about buying actually Nasdaq. You can see it's trying to push the upside, but where we are now, let me remove that. Where we are now, actually, it's an area of an interest. So it's like we have a chance for the market to respect this area and push lower. Or since we are actually on an uptrend, we can still break that and push to the upside. So that is something that might happen on Nasdaq. And if maybe the market breaks that, yes, I think it can be safe actually above that resistance to have a nice long position around this area. Then I think, yeah, it might work actually, because actually Apple performed very well. This might also work in favor of Nasdaq. So I think maybe for now, guys, we actually done for today. I hope everyone is doing great. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Thanks to Trader Nick and the team, guys. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. We'll see you actually next week. So thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And if you're looking to get funded, check out Superfunded's examination today and get 10% off when you use the code A1 Trading. Click the link in the description below to find out more. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.